Hello Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So Sag, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. So with all that being said, Sag, let's get started. How does Sagittarius currently view this relationship? All right, Sagittarius. So we do have the Lovers, we do have the Three of Cups, and then we also have the World out here. Okay. It looks like there was a cycle that officially closed out here. Now this cycle that officially closed out, it does appear to me that you're extremely happy about it. It's as if you feel now you could finally move forward and finally move on, you know, with your life. For some of you, I'm definitely getting that you could have been waiting for something to officially close out, so that way you can finally move forward and move on with your life and go off and pursue somebody else. Because I am definitely getting that for some of you, there was somebody that you were really interested in, that you really wanted to pursue a romantic relationship with, but you needed this cycle to close out between you and your past before you can go off and build and establish a life, you know, with this new person that you've had your eyes essentially set on. But for others of you, this could definitely imply as well that there's a cycle closing out between you and this person from your past, and it looks like you're extremely happy about it because it's finally over and you don't have to deal with this person and all that comes with this person anymore. And I do see you essentially meeting your soulmate very, very soon. This soulmate connection might even catch you off guard, because for some of you out there, you're not really looking for love. I am definitely getting that. So this connection might catch you off guard for some of you, especially for those of you who are not looking for love. How does this person currently view this relationship? So we do have the Ace of Cups, we do have the Ace of Swords, and then we also have the Queen of Cups. Okay, so I am definitely getting two different storylines. So, well, I'm kind of getting a few different storylines. So take what resonates with you and leave behind what doesn't. For those of you who are officially like waiting for a cycle to close out between you, you know, and this person, you know, from your past, you know, there's a huge possibility that you could have definitely been dealing with this person to the right of me. I am definitely getting that. But now that, you know, it's officially, you know, over between you and this person from your past, the two of you can finally go off and, you know, build and establish a life with one another, which is something that the both of you have been essentially wanting to do for quite some time now. It just kind of looks like it was very hard and challenging for you guys to go off and build and establish a life with one another due to whatever unresolved issues you had with the past, is basically what I'm gathering. Now for those of you where, you know, this is like a cycle closing out between you and this person from your past and you're extremely happy about it, and, you know, love just comes knocking at your door out of, you know, out of nowhere. I am definitely getting that because you just recently got out of a marriage, you just recently got out of a relationship. You know, this person might fear that you're not 100% done with this person from, you know, your past. And I think that the only reason why they're going to find themselves essentially feeling that way has a lot to do with the simple fact that you just got out of a marriage, you just got out of a relationship. It's not like this new connection showing up for you years later, or even, you know, 6 months later. It kind of looks like it's showing up for you right away. I am definitely getting that. So, you know, this marriage and a relationship could have, you know, came to an end 3 months prior to you essentially meeting this person, or 2 months prior to you essentially meeting this person, or even 1 month, or even 3 weeks, you know, like I'm getting that by the time you do meet this new person, yeah, by the time you essentially meet this, you know, new person, Sagittarius, I don't feel like a lot of time has essentially gone by since this last whole situation came to an end, which might, like I said, cause this person to think, believe, and feel like maybe you're still kind of hung up on this ex of yours. Maybe you're not fully over them because it just came to an end. But I do believe that you are definitely over this person. I feel like you're happy you don't have to deal with this person from your past anymore. You seem very, very over it to me. And I do feel like in time they'll essentially see that. Now let's jump back over to you. How does Sagittarius currently feel? So we have here we go. We have the 10 of Wands to the 5 of Pentacles. And then we also have the 10 of Pentacles. Okay. For those of you that are officially closing a cycle out here between you and this person from your past, so you can go off and build and establish a life here with this new person that you've been wanting to go off and build and establish a life with. With the Ten of Wands to the Five of Pentacles, I just kind of feel like this person from your past is making your life very challenging and very difficult and very hard. It just kind of looks like all you want to do is just be happy and move forward and move on with your life. But it just kind of looks like for whatever reason, the past is essentially giving you a very, very hard time. They're giving you a very, very hard time. Yeah, they're giving you a very, very hard time. In some way, shape, and or form, they're giving you a very, very hard time. It's like you thought, like, okay, it's done. I could finally move forward and move on with my life and never have to deal with this person. Then boom, you know, here comes the past, you know, making it very challenging and difficult, you know, for you to just simply move forward and move on with your life in the ways that you essentially wanted to, because they keep, I don't know, doing something on their end, possibly blowing your phone up, you know, things of that nature. But there's something that the past is essentially doing that's making it very hard for you to just simply be happy with this new person, just simply move forward and move on with your life. Now, for others of you where you close a cycle out between you and this person from your past, and you know you're very, very excited that you know it's officially over between you and this person from your past, you can finally move forward and move on with your life, and then boom, love just comes knocking at your door out of nowhere. Okay, because I am definitely getting, for some of you, that could very well be happening as well. I feel like because love is showing up for you as quickly as it is, it's causing you to fall into this energy of perfect person, but the timing is just freaking god awful. And it's because you just got out of a marriage. You just got out of a relationship. That's why I keep saying, like, this new person that you're going to find yourself essentially meeting, it's not going to, if you just recently walked away from this marriage and a relationship, it's not going to take you too long before you meet this new person. It might take you a few days, a few weeks. It might even take you like a few months tops, if that, you know what I mean? But it's not gonna take you too long before you meet this new person. When you do meet this new person, it's like you're gonna look at them like, oh my god, like they're perfect for me. They have everything that I could possibly ever want and or ask for within a person. But it's just the timing is just god awful, because you just got out of a marriage, you just got out of a relationship, and you're not entirely sure if you're honestly ready to jump into a full-blown committed relationship again, okay, and do this again right now is basically what I'm gathering. Okay, how does this person currently feel? This person is very worried and concerned about your past. That's one thing I will say. They're very worried and concerned about your past. You know, like, what if this person, you know, from your past, like, resurfaces back up here, you know, for you and tries to, like, get back with you and fix and repair things here with you? Are you going to run back to them, or are you not going to run back to them? Okay. So regardless of what category you fall under, because I am definitely getting the storyline that a lot of you were still dealing with this person from your past while you were, you know, getting to know this person, you know, to the right of me. And now that's officially over right between you and this person from your past, you know, I do see you focusing on building towards a life here with this, you know, person that you've been wanting to build and establish your life with, but you couldn't because of your, you know, your whole situation that you were essentially in. You know, for others of you, I am definitely getting that you officially close a cycle out between you and this person from your past. You know, you're happy about it, you're moving forward, you're moving on with your life, extremely ecstatic because you don't have to deal with this person from your past and all that comes with them. And then boom, love shows up out of nowhere. You know, perfect person, but the timing is just, you know, like, according to you, is just god awful. So regardless of what category you fall under, this person is very worried and concerned about the past. You know, what if this person from your past tries to get back with you? Are you going to get back with them? What if you experience an all of a sudden change of heart, Sag, and you decide to get back with this person from your past? Like, they're just very worried and concerned about either you having this all of a sudden change of heart to the point where you run back to this person from your past, or this person from your past begs you for another chance, and you turn around and give in and then give them, you know, another chance. Like, they're just worried and concerned about the past. And I think that the primary reason why they're so worried and concerned about the past is because, again, going back to what I said, regardless of what category you fall under, it doesn't matter if you know, you met this person, this new person, after this relationship came to an end between you and this person, or before it came to an end between you and this person. It's the timing that makes them uncomfortable the most. It's only been 3 weeks, you know what I mean? Like, what if Sag is still hung up on their ex? It's only been 3 months. What if Sag is still hung up on their ex? You know, like, to them, it's all about the timing. You know, if you guys would have went like a whole year, for example, you know, being, you know, split up and separated, different story. But because it's just been like a short amount of time, they kind of feel like there's a huge possibility that you might run back to this person from your past, or this person might run back to you begging for you back, and then you eventually cave in and take them back. You see what I mean? Like, that's what they're worried and concerned about. What actions? Do I think that the past will essentially come back and beg for you back? Yeah, I mean, I do definitely see that happening. I mean, I do see that definitely happening. And I think that a lot of you feel like that's exactly what's going to happen. I think that you guys know this person from your past very, very well. I think you know this person like the back of your hands. I think that you know that this person's going to come back. I think that you know that this person's going to beg for you back. I think that you know that this person's going to essentially regret doing you the way that they essentially did you. So as far as them coming back, you know it's going to essentially happen. You know that it's going to happen. So I guess like this person's biggest fear will essentially come true. Technically speaking, it will come true, because they're worried and concerned that, like, well, what if this person from your past comes back, or what if you run back to them? You see, I don't see you running back to them. I see them running back to you. How is Sagittarius going to respond and react to this? Doom, 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 doom. Okay, we have the Ten of Cups, we got the Knight of Wands, and then we also have the Six of Swords out here at the bottom of the deck. We do have the Two of Cups, and then we also have the Death card. Okay, so as far as like this person from your past is concerned, okay, now this could definitely represent somebody that you spent many years with. For some of you, you might even have a family with this person. Regardless if you have a family with this individual or not, okay? You have history with this person, and it appears to me that you're that type of person that when you love somebody, you will forever, you know, have love for them. Now, you may not find yourself in love with that person anymore, but you'll forever have love for that person. And I just kind of feel like that's just kind of how you are as an individual. There's nothing wrong with that. I can see how that could cause some problems possibly in romantic relationships, and here's why I say that, okay? Even though it didn't work out between you and this person, it appears to me that you're gonna always have love for this person. If this person, you know, ever needed anything from you, like, you would be there for this person, because that's just the type of person that you are, and that's just the type of heart that you have. Maybe you feel like, you know, that's the least that this person, I guess, deserves from you, I guess, you know what I mean? Like, it could be a variety of different things that causes you to feel like, you know what, if that person ever needed me, I'll be there for them. You know, maybe you feel like they deserve that from you. Maybe you feel like they're worthy of that, you know, sort of treatment from you. It's a possibility. Or maybe that's just how you are as a person, you know what I mean? Maybe I just, at the end of the day, as far as the whole you getting back with them is concerned, I just don't see that happening. Like, I think that you would always have love, you know, in your heart for this person. If they ever needed anything, you know, you'll be there for them and stuff like that. But other than that, as far as getting back with this person is concerned, I feel like that's just kind of where you draw the line. As far as getting back with them is concerned, it does appear to me that you are done with the past, and although the past may not be done with you, and that is something that's completely and utterly out of your control, but as far as you being done with the past, it does appear to me that you are done with the past, but you'll always have love for this person nonetheless, and you'll probably be there for this person if they ever, you know, needed you, like I said, but other than that, that's as far as you're willing to essentially go. What actions will this person take towards Sagittarius? So we do have the Seven of Wands, so the Six of Wands, and then we also have the Ten of Swords. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the King of Pentacles, so the Four of Cups. Okay. So this to me kind of feels like an energy of them kind of getting very, very triggered, very, very triggered by something that you're doing on your behalf. Okay. And it does appear to me that their ego and their pride is going to really, really come out, and it's because of something that you're doing on your end in reference to the past. Okay, so there could be a variety of different things going on. Maybe the past is trying to get back with you, and they're finding all about, they're finding out all about it, and you're going back and forth with this person for whatever reason you are. And it could just be a simple case of you telling this person, nope, I told you I'm done with you. This person might get very angry and upset because you even bothered to go as far as to respond back to this person. What else? Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, this person from your past needs you. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, they need you for whatever reason. They need you for something, and you decide to show up for this person because of the heart that you essentially have. That might rub this person, the wrong way. Maybe this person goes as far as to say, hey, I'm really struggling right now, financially. Can you help me out with this? Can you help me out with that? And you having the heart that you have, you turn around, you give them the money. You know what I mean? Because listen, you have love. You have love for this person. It doesn't matter what the hell ever happened here between you and this person from your past. You have love for this person. You're that type of person that when you love somebody, you love them forever. If they ever needed anything from you, you'll be there for them. And maybe because you feel like this person deserves that from you. Maybe they've been there for you many, many times. So the least you can do is be there for them. You have your reasons as to why you're choosing to essentially be there for them, but it's not coming from a place of, well, I'm there for them because I'm in love with them. It's coming from a place of, I'm there because I got love for this person. They were there for me many times. So you know what? I figured I'll just be there for them too. Like, it could just be, that simple, but you're doing something on your end that's really triggering the hell out of this person. And it's causing them, it's causing them to really question if this is something that they want to continue to essentially be a part of. And I'm just being totally honest with you. Like I said, you being this way towards the past could cause problems. I don't feel like you mean to be this way because you want to cause problems. I feel like you're like this because of the heart that you have and the type of person that you are. Maybe you're not that type of person that, breaks up with a person and never speaks to that person ever, again. Maybe I don't know, maybe you like to remain in contact with your exes. I don't know. But the thing is that even though I don't feel like you're doing this with the intentions of rubbing them the wrong way or pissing them off, you're doing this because this is the type of person that you are and this is the type of heart that you have. I mean, it's just, it is going to cause problems because some people are going to be understanding and some people are not going to be understanding. It is what it is. It's one of those tricky situations. Like, I'm still very, very close to my ex's parents. Like, his parents are like my parents. Like, it is what it is. They've been a part of my life since I was 16. You know what I mean? I'm 32 now. So it's like his parents are always going to be my parents. And I didn't really have the best relationship with my biological parents. I look at his parents as my parents. I call them mom and dad. I talk to them every day, like, till this day. And I'm not with their son anymore, but that's just how it is. And, the person I'm currently with now is fully understanding when it comes down to that, because he understands, like, that those two people for me are like my parents. You know what I mean? And I can see how that could rub certain people the wrong way. You know what I mean? So it just depends on the person. Some people are going to be very understanding, and some people, or not. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I could have ended up with somebody who doesn't like that whatsoever, or wouldn't care that, these people, were, in my life for as long as they were, and I see them the way that I see them. Some people wouldn't care, some people would be like, yeah, that's kind of weird. I don't think so. I'm not okay with that, and some people are going to be extremely understanding. Like my significant other, he's extremely understanding. He understands why I look at them the way that I look at them. And why I still remain in contact with them. You know what I mean? Because I look at them like they're my parents. Like, I talk to them more than I talk to my biological parents. They basically raised me. And he understands that. But you're in a situation with somebody who doesn't understand. Like, why are you going out of your way to be nice, to this person from your past? Why are you still keeping in contact with this person from your past? Why are you still friends with this person from your past? Like, even though you don't do it with the intentions to rub them the wrong way or cause them to essentially think anything negative, they're still processing it the way that they're processing it, and it just kind of looks like they just don't like the fact that you're friends with this person from your past. They just don't like the fact that you're still willing to essentially be there for this person, you know, from your past. So it's one of those things where it's like they have every right to essentially feel the way that they feel, because you got to understand, to them it's like you're crossing a personal boundary they personally do not freaking like. You know what I mean? So they have every right to feel the way that they feel. But I will say this, like, you being friends with the past, you still being there for the past, and it's just going to cause problems between you and this person, unfortunately, you know? So it's one of those things where it's like you're either going to respect their boundaries, Sag, or you're not. But whatever it is that you're doing in reference to the past, whether it's you still being friends with the past, still being there for the past, like, that ain't gonna fly with this one over here. It's not gonna fly with this one. So it's either you're gonna continue to be friends with the past and they're gonna go about their way, or you're gonna stop being friends with the past and y'all are gonna try to figure out a way to make this work. But as far as you doing whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's being friends with the past or remaining in contact with the past, that ain't gonna fly with them. Because to them, they feel like you're disrespecting them and the relationship that you guys share with one another, and you're disrespecting their boundary on top of that. Even though that's not your intentions to disrespect them or, you know, their boundaries or hurt them, that's how they're feeling about what you're doing on your end in reference to the past, okay? Whatever that might be, okay? So that is what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped, hopefully it resonated, and I will still see you guys. I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.